What's up guys, welcome back to another Call of Duty Modern Warfare video. In today's video we're going to be talking about extra custom created class slots being added to Modern Warfare. So Infinity Ward has actually confirmed that sometime in the near future they are going to be adding more custom created class loadout slots into Modern Warfare. And this comes from the studio's art director on Reddit. And this is a big surprise because for some reason recently Infinity Ward has just basically stopped communicating at all with the community. They've just stopped saying anything really on Reddit or Twitter. I mean, their community manager has basically just like stopped taking all feedback and just hasn't responded to like almost any tweets or any like direct messages or posts on Reddit or anything like that. Like, it seems like Infinity Ward has basically been ignoring the community as of late, but they finally acknowledged the community again, and they have actually responded to this about like a complaint about Modern Warfare only having 5 creative class slots. So if you guys aren't aware, or if you need a refresher, Modern Warfare only has 5 created class slots. Now, this in and of itself isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, pretty much every Call of Duty game started out with just 5 created class slots, and you know, then what would happen is you'd work up from there. Well, the problem is that in previous games, you would unlock extra created class slots by prestiging. So if you prestige once, you'd get 6 created class slots. If you prestige twice, you get 7. 3 times would be 8. 4 would be 9. Then 5th prestige, you'd get all 10 created class slots. But in Modern Warfare, there is no prestige system. It just goes from level 55. Okay, bam, you're level 55. You're like max level to 155, and then that's it. There's no prestiging, nothing like that. So there's no way for you to actually get more created class slots. And I've seen a lot of things online about this. Like, I've had arguments on Twitter with people about this where they're saying, oh, well, because, you know, you got the, like, you can actually change classes in game, there's no need for you to actually have more created class slots. And like, my like response to that is like, why would you just get rid of a feature that's been in previous Call of Duty games and then just like give us like a super dumb, like watered down version of it and basically be like, here you go. You know, this has been a staple in previous games, you're still paying the exact same $60, but we're giving you less features. Like, that still makes no sense. But this has changed because on Reddit today, the studio's art director actually talked about this. So in a comment, he says that you and everyone else that has commented on this are right. It's in mainline back at the studio, and we've been tinkering with it. I'm not sure which update it's in, but I think it's next. Believe it or not, it can cause horrible bugs if not tested properly. I'm not certain about all this, so don't get fired up on me if I'm wrong. Since I've commented on here, I'll stick with the issue at the studio. And he got a number of replies to that. One of them was basically just asking like, why wasn't it implemented at launch? Since, you know, Modern Warfare had over 3 years of development, how come like a simple feature like having 10 creative class slots wasn't thought of and wasn't implemented before, especially when previous games only had 2 years of development but were still able to get this feature. But this game has had over 3 years but still hasn't been able to get it within, you know, even a month after launch. Like, we're coming up on 3 months after launch, we still don't have it. So he actually responded to that and he says, you're right, the real answer, there are tens of thousands of tasks that lead up to the launch of the game. We have to triage all of those tasks and decide what tasks take priority over others and who in the teams we can assign the task to. For example, I do not have the skill sets to fix this particular problem. 3 years goes by in the blink of an eye for us. So it's good news that they're finally going to be adding in more creative class slots into Modern Warfare. It's probably going to be through like a different method of receiving them. You're probably just not going to be like an update for everybody. Everybody just gets 10 creative class slots. It's probably going to be like you get one every 20 levels after you hit level 55. That way, once you hit level 155, then you have all 10 creative class slots or something like that. Like, I'm sure it's probably going to be a way to earn it. It's very unlikely that you're going to have to buy it, although this hasn't been a new thing to Call of Duty. Black Ops 2 was the first Call of Duty game to actually introduce the option to pay for more creative class slots, although I do like Black Ops 2's implementation of that it wasn't game-changing at all. It was literally just, you know, you had the option of getting 10 creative class slots by prestiging and whatnot, but if you wanted to, you could go out and you could purchase more creative class slots, so you could use, you know, different setups. Like, you could have one set of 10, another set of 10, like you could have 100 different class slots, but the trade-off is that you can only use 10 at a time. So whatever like class slot set that you go into the game with is the only class slot set that you can actually use. So you can't just have 100 different layouts that you can use and choose from in-game. Instead, you have 10, but if you have like one of them is for a specific playlist or something like that, or another one is for weapons, something like that, like you have the option. So you can switch between them in the pre-game lobby, but you can't do it like in the game. So I think that was a good balance, and it was fine. It was just like a quality of life thing that if you wanted to, you could pay for it, and if you didn't, it would have no effect on you. But knowing Activision and their decisions with Modern Warfare, it wouldn't surprise me if we finally got these creator class slots back into the game, but you had to pay for them. And also another thing too is that this further supports the whole like rumors and idea that Infinity Ward scrapped prestiging right before release, and that they were gonna have prestiges in the game, but then right before the release they decided to scrap it. Instead wanted to do 155 levels, which is why something like 10 creator class slots weren't actually implemented, is because in previous games they were rewards for prestiging, and since Infinity Ward just last minute decided to remove prestiging, then they didn't really have any idea of how they're going to implement 10 creative class slots. So that's my guess as to why it has taken them this long to do it. It's because they took it out right at the last second, and they really haven't known what to do about it since then. But overall, we are going to be getting it sometime soon. He says it could be in the next update, but like, don't hold your breath. He could be wrong. It might be in the next update or the one after that or something like that, but it will be in a future update. It has been worked on at the studio. And that he's saying, or whatever, that it can cause horrible bugs if not tested properly. I'm like, I don't know if I believe that's the reason why we haven't seen it yet. But I also think that this is a good example of why we need to have better communication within the community and the developers. Is because something like this, like at launch, they could have said like, hey, so you guys might have noticed that we only have 5 creative class slots. We are going to be working on this. This is something we're going to be working on. Don't expect it to come out anytime soon. We'll let you guys know when it's coming out, but we're here to let you guys know that we are aware of this issue and we will be working on it. Like simple communication like that is good and lets the community know that they have acknowledged the issue and that they are working on it, but it doesn't give them like an ETA being like, okay, it's going to be out by this date, so if they manage to not hit that date, then they don't get just absolutely blasted for it, but it still lets the community know that they're listening and that they care. I think that's the kind of communication that we need with Modern Warfare and from Infinity Ward, but it doesn't seem like they're planning on doing that. I mean, there was that whole thing a little while ago saying that they want to release a roadmap for this game and have better communication and stuff like that, but like, seriously, how hard is it for developers to actually just hop on Twitter and Reddit and talk to the community? Like, they did it plenty before the game came out, but as soon as October 25th hit, they're just like, Bravo 6 going dark. They didn't want to say anything. They're just like, zoop, nope, we can't even send out a tweet to the community. So it's taken almost 3 months for them to even comment on this, but I am glad that they are working on it and it will be coming out soon. So there you guys go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Tell me your guys' thoughts on this in the comments down below. Are you guys happy that we're going to be getting these creative class slots? Or are you one of those people that for some reason only needs 5 and is like, adamantly defending only having 5 class slots, and they're like, man, I hate having 10. Having 10 is the worst thing in the world. I need only 5. Are you one of those people? I hope not. But there you guys go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.